The horrifying news was calm, measured. CBS newsman Walter Cronkite's composure wavered only once, at the moment when the unthinkable was confirmed.
From Dallas, Texas, the flash, apparently official, President Kennedy died at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time, 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, some 38 minutes ago.
My gosh, the president's dead. John Kennedy, this young president, is cut down and he's dead. And it hit me pretty hard just for that moment while I gathered myself together, and then went on again, beginning to think about, now where do we go?
The torch has been passed to a new generation of Americans.
For people born after the assassination, this is John F. Kennedy, his youthful vitality immortalized in flickering black and white. But behind the style and the smile, the reality of his life was often at odds with a carefully crafted public image. He looked strong, even athletic, but he was physically fragile, often in poor health. He was enormously popular, but not always where it counted.
For have this young man who was only serving second term just suddenly rise out of this crowd of senators and announce that he was running for the presidency and making it stick and becoming president didn't set well with them. He didn't work well with the Congress at all.
In fact, some of Kennedy's most important domestic legislation was passed only after his death.
Would you save us a couple of hours' work tonight and explain what the Band-Aid is doing on your left hand?
Well, I cut my finger when I was cutting bread. Unbelievable as it may sound.
For all of John F. Kennedy's public wit and magnetism, he could be tough to deal with face to face. Your personal assessment of Kennedy as a man, as you saw him running for president and then also in office.
Surprisingly enough, terribly self-centered. He was a charming man when he wanted to be charming. He could be quite difficult when he chose not to be charming. He could be insistent upon his way when his way was apparent to many others as the wrong way.
He went the wrong way when he authorized the secret invasion of Cuba at the Bay of Pigs. It was a rout and a very public defeat.
We intend to accept full responsibility for our errors, and we expect you to point them out when we miss them.
But Kennedy's unwillingness to shrink from a fight sometimes carried the day. He joined the battle for civil rights, wheeled the country into a costly and successful race for the moon, and forced Russia to back away from putting missiles in Cuba.
Certainly, he lived up to courage in office when he faced down the Russians on the missile crisis and reaffirmed people's confidence in him at a time when he hadn't done much up to that time. So there was an even greater feeling that we were in good hands with Kennedy.
And so in that November of 1963, the nation's youngest elected president went to Texas with his beautiful First Lady at his side. A year away from election 64, John F. Kennedy had yet to accomplish the major goals of his first term. But in the happy chaos of the airport that day, it seemed that there would still be time.
We really saw promise there in that young man.
Tomorrow, our coverage of the JFK assassination anniversary continues. We'll be live from Dealey Plaza in Dallas. Coming up next, the stunning Halle Berry clues us in on her dark psychological thriller, Gothica. And later, we'll see how Hollywood brings the Cat in the Hat to life when we talk with star Kelly Preston. And we have a smokin' week of wishes when a firefighter visits the set of TV's top show, CSI. You're watching The Early Show on CBS.